everybody. Tom from Brite here. Excited to have you with us today. Congratulations on your new Brite. Or if you're getting ready to purchase a Brite, enjoy this video with us. But we're excited to have you here, and we're going to teach you today the proper way to install your Brite and a few safety features that you'll need to know. Also, we're going to talk about the proper way to angle your Brite. Now, you can do it any way you want, but you're going to find that if you follow these few guidelines, that it will help you to get the best polishing experience that you can get. And that way, you'll want to use that every day, because it truly will help you find all those imperfections in that paint that you couldn't see any other way. And that's what we're here to help you do, is to get that perfect shine the first time. So let's move in a little closer, because you can't see what I'm going to do from back there. So we'll move you in, and we'll go ahead and go to work. Okay, everybody, so here we go. We've got here, now these buff Brites will actually mount to any type of polisher, right? Anything that's got the side hole here. We can do the dual action polishers. We can do everything from the Makita High Speed to the Makita DA PO5000C. We can do all the Bigfoot series, right? And you can see the light on these things. 800 lumens is a lot of light. So your packet will include, if I can get it out of here, a nice little thank you, because we do appreciate your business. It won't come to you fully charged. It'll have a partial charge, so you'll want to make sure to charge it overnight before you use it the first time. It is a lithium-ion battery, 2200 milliamp hours, so it will get you a long time. But you want to make sure that you have the Brite seated. So if I shut this off here, it has 3 modes. You're going to have a high mode, medium mode, and dance mode. So if you got a good song on your iPod while you're buffing, you can go ahead and dance away. So the Brite arm will pull out of here. Okay, we've got a military grade dampening system. Like, so you can put this on this side, you can put this on this side, you can mount it down in front, you can mount it up top, you can mount it in back. Push this in, it's nice and tight, get it in past that first rib so that you've got that nice little reveal around there like that. And then it's tight, but you can still turn it. So you should be able to turn it. And that's how you're gonna affect the light there. We won't blind everybody with that. I'm gonna turn it away or it's gonna blind me. You're also going to get a 10 millimeter, 50 millimeter by 10 millimeter flathead socket, and that's going to work for your DeWalt's and your Milwaukee's. And there might be a few others that take that. Somebody told me the Adams polishers take that, and certain models are going to, but usually 8 or 10 millimeter is usually what we're going to run into. You're going to get a longer and a shorter spacer. You're going to get an Allen wrench, an Allen key that you can use to take these off. Now, this one actually has on this Bigfoot 21, LHR 21 Mark II, this has got what we call our double flamethrower on it. So we've got 2 units going at once. So you've got 2 800 lumen units. I guess you could call it 1600 lumen. It's a lot of power. And you can go that way all day. You can polish all day and still have that power. And very easy to charge at night. You've got 2 different ports, the micro USB. It's going to come with a charging cord in there. And you can plug it into a computer, you can plug it in your car, you can plug it, or you can get one of your little plugins for the wall that we've all got probably 20 of laying around the house, and plug it into the wall and let it charge overnight. And then we've got, on the other side, we've got some instructions. Talks about your warranty, how to get in touch with us if you have any questions, and some other little things to keep in mind there, but most of that's pretty self-explanatory. But on the back of here, you're going to also have a thing that's going to show you the different types. So it's going to say, okay, for the 8 millimeter bolt, 8 millimeter by 40, you're going to use the smaller, and you can see it comes with them on there, the smaller little lock washers. Tooth washers on there, the smaller spacer, and it tells you which type on kit A are going to mount to that, and then kit B, how it's going to mount with this, and the longer one. Okay, the Rupes is going to take the longer one. Certain one's going to take the longer one with this 8 millimeter. And then down here, it's going to talk to you about these. Now, there's actually one scenario on the DeWalt, if you're going to use the side post handle. Same with the Milwaukee, if you're going to use the side post handle, you're going to actually lose this small one. You're going to take the big one, and you're actually going to use both of these because it has, it's just so long. It needs that, and you want to get it out in a way. And it just with the side post handle, if you've got the chainsaw, the D handle like this, you're just going to use the one, and that's how this one is hooked on. And we'll pull this one off here just so everybody knows how this happens. So turn this off. If I can get that going. Now the one big key to this is you want to make sure that you get it nice and tight, because you don't want to be moving it around a lot. You're going to find a favorite spot that it works at. And as I said before, you can mount this in a lot of configurations. Some guys are taking this and they'll move the buff Brite arm on the Rupes, and I really like it this way too. But it just depends on what your preference is. So, but some guys are liking to mount it up here like this, and it's really awesome. And it'll just mount right there. You can still keep your hand on here. You can put this right down. It's not going to go anywhere. You can cast that light. You can adjust it and cast it where you want it. And it's an amazing way to go. I tend to buff over here. This is my field of vision. Some people polish up here. Some people are back here, over here. It just depends on where your field of vision is to how you're going to mount that. You may be left-handed. You may want to actually put your right hand on this, have this on the left side. I am right-handed. So for me, my favorite position to mount this is I'll take and put this in here for the Rupes, and I'll put my long one on, or excuse me, I'll put on my lock washer, then I'll put on my longer spacer, and then my shorter, or the other washer, lock washer, and then just start it by hand always first, and make sure you're getting your threads in there, and then just go ahead and get it to where you want it, and then get it right back there. And I like to buff with it back here, and I'll show you why in just a second. This light is actually a cross-cut light. It's got 6 separate lights that are all meeting to one place, and that creates kind of a halo effect, and I don't know if you can see that. Move this just a little bit. It creates kind of a halo effect as they all meet, and you get different, and that's what shows us all of our imperfections of our paint, is that edge of that light. If it was all just a flood light, it's not going to do it. It doesn't give you the same effect. This has a warm Kelvin to it. If we tried really a nice hot Kelvin with a lot of brightness to it, but the problem was it was so bright that you couldn't see the imperfections. But by having that as a medium, it really makes a difference. It does not blind you. It does have those edges and shows those holographics and all the things that you're trying to take out. So anyways, this is my favorite place to buff with it, is right here, because it's back out of the way of the head of the polisher. I get a wider light. If you take this light and get in closer, like say when I have this down here, you can see it makes kind of a little bit of a circle, which most guys don't mind, and they'll go out like this, and it works great. And over here, you can do the same thing in my field of vision, and you'll get that same look right there, and you can have it right in here. But the farther you get it away, the wider it is, and I can still tune it in and fine tune this light. And that's what's so cool about it, is you can fine tune it to exactly what you want. I want that fine tuned right about there. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in there. And it just gives me that perfect, that's right where I buff. That's money right there. That's where I'm at. So, but I also, when I'm using a Rupes, sometimes I'm looking over here a little bit. So I love the double flamethrower. It just works incredibly well for me. But once again, I'll turn this off, and you can see it's still not bad. I mean, that's a lot of light. If I was to turn the lights off, I'll turn this one off for a second. Turn this one off. That's still a lot of light, and that's with the lights on. I've got all the lights on in the shop, so we can really still see a lot of difference. And the scratches better on white with this light, because that cool blue kind of a light that it throws, being not white, it tends to throw out enough of a cast that it'll even show up the imperfections that you get with on white or yellow or any of those colors. So that's kind of the instructions. That's kind of what we encourage you to read those. and take a look at it. They help a lot, and we've tried to, like I said, I've got a lot of years in the polish industry, and I've tried to take what I've learned over the years and the thousands and thousands of cars that I've polished on, and turn that into something that really makes a difference. I don't want a gimmick out there. I want something that really is going to be a tool people will use every day. And this industry has given so much to me. I wanted to have a chance to give back to the industry. So thanks again for joining us. It's been great to teach you about what the Buff Brite can do for you. We're excited and honored that you have chosen this tool to try and help you in your polishing in your shop. It really is the lowest cost way to get the best polishing experience you can have. None of us like to do a polish on a car, a full correction, and all of a sudden we realize we got more work to do. So we've already wiped it down, we've already done all that stuff, and we got to get it messy again as we get back in there and dig into that paint. So it's nice to be able to have it solved before we do that. I've been in the polish industry for a long time, 38 years. I've seen a lot of things come and go. Back when I started, all we had was wool pads, and swirl was quite the issue to fight. But nowadays we're pretty spoiled. We have these new dual actions that really make life easier, but we still have the one common problem that we had back then, which is without the proper lighting, we can't see it. And if we can't see it, we can't remove it. So it's so important to have the proper lighting. So we're trying to take the blinders off the detail industry and make sure that you have the opportunity to get that perfect shine the first time that we know we're all looking for. So thank you again, buffbrite.com. We hope you love it so much that you come back and buy one for every polisher in your shop. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and Pinterest if you feel the need. And we hope you'll tell your friends and give us a great review. We're just old detailers that wanted to bring a new trick to the game. So thank you, and have a great experience with your Buff Brite.
Get yours today at buffbrite.com or buyflamethrower.com.